So I send these tapes out, and there's a little bit of buzz about me, and I start getting recruited. And I get these letters, and of course I'm like, wow, every day I'm getting these different letters from school saying, oh, we consider you a prospect, continue to keep up the good work. And I would file them all, in a file folder. And my high school counselor came up to me and he's like, Tom, we got to start applying to colleges. And I'm like, dude, I'm getting a scholarship. What are you talking about? And he's like, yeah, no, we're going to apply to all these colleges. And funny story, I never applied to any college. But I actually got halfway decent through my 4th year in college that the momentum picked up. And I wanted to go. I got offered a scholarship to UCLA. And then they turned me away at the last minute because another kid signed before me. And I really wanted to go to USC. That was probably my first choice. But they didn't want me either. They signed another kid who was one of the top recruits on the West Coast. So I never forget these stories, by the way. These are like hardcore ingrained. So then I went to Michigan. I show up. They walk me into the big house. And it's called the big house for a reason. There's 102,000 people in there on a college football Saturday. Now it's expanded to like 112,000. It's incredible. And I walk through the tunnel at midfield, and they go, from Sarah High School in San Mateo, Tom Brady. And I looked up, and I was like, I want to go to fucking school here. So I'm there for 2 days. I don't talk to my parents the whole time. We didn't have cell phones. And I get to the airport in Detroit, and I call my dad, Collect, and I go, Dad, I think I know where I want to go to college. And like he started breaking down, and he's like, what? Leaving to go all the way back to Michigan. And he said, are you sure you want to go? And I said, Dad, if I want to be the best, I got to beat the best. And this is where the best are. So I showed up on campus as a freshman in the fall of 1995. I was the 7th quarterback on the depth chart. There were 6 other guys ahead of me. And Michigan is a great college. There's, it competes for national championships. And I wanted to be a great football player. If I was going to be a great football player, I wanted to compete against these other guys. And they were all better than me. Like I said, just like in high school, I was deficient. Well, we had another athlete who was in my freshman class at Michigan, Charles Woodson. And Charles showed up on campus. He had a goatee. He looked like a Greek god. And I was like, how am I in the same locker room as this guy? This guy looks like a physical freak, which he was. And he won the Heisman in his 3rd year. And he went on to be a Hall of Famer in the NFL. And he's one of my great friends. But we laugh because, man, that freshman locker room, I'm looking over there at like Charles Woodson as the 7th quarterback. And Charles out there starting on opening day as a true freshman. And I was, worked really hard because I developed this work ethic in high school. And I realized, man, if I want to be good, I got to wake up in the morning. I got to do the extra work. And I got to show up when other guys aren't. And I've got to learn. I've got to continue to be open to learning. And my freshman year, I redshirted.